So this is Cruelty Squad. Yeah, that one. Cruelty Squad is an indie game developed and published by Consumer Soft Products. Consumer Soft Products is also known for making such classics as uh well I mean Cruelty Squad. Cruelty Squad is intentionally one of the most horrific and disgusting games you will ever see. Literally, the description of the game describes it as an immersive power fantasy simulator with tactical stealth elements set in a sewage-infused garbage world. In Cruelty Squad, you play as a hitman who takes hits for his company, which targets can vary between corporate overlords or just guys who want you to kill them for fun. Now we're gonna talk about what Cruelty Squad is about, the themes, the basics, basically. Even though we've already kind of discussed that, I'd like to go deeper in. And so first, and I would argue most importantly, is just the value of life is just nil in Cruelty Squad. It costs $500 to come back from the dead, as represented when you die. One of the other biggest things about Cruelty Squad, I guess what it's about, is that basically big corporations have taken over the world and effectively run it to every aspect of it. Government and effectively all positions of power are run by corporations. Players in government say oppose the corporations and they're often killed and replaced. For example, in one of the levels, Mall Madness, you're supposed to kill a governor who proposes a 1% tax on all corporate profits, which seems a little extreme in reality, but in Cruelty Squad, it's just another Tuesday. Now, while this all sounds very interesting, it'd be hard to imagine this game is very well received, just due to the nature of how it looks and how it can be painful to look at times. However, the truth could not be further from that. The game has been received insanely well and praised almost across the board by most people who've played it, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Considering how the game looks and sounds. Now, while Steam, the platform that Cruelty Squad is on, does not have star ratings, it does have good and bad reviews, or good and bad review system. And as can be seen up here, the game has been received overwhelmingly positive, which means at least recently, 99% of reviews have been positive, which is insane. Some of my favorite reviews are, for example, this is what my grandma thinks video games are, and Cruelty Squad is a wonderful experience I wish to never have again. And I can attest to all these reviews being positive, as I personally love Cruelty Squad. Its gameplay, its story, its themes, hell, how it looks, I love. Before sending this video off, I'd like to mention the soundtrack, which is what's been in the background since this video started. The music of this game is really bizarre and interesting, but also not awful, weirdly enough, considering the visuals and everything. But yeah, give a couple other tracks a listen here. Okay, to be fair, that last one was pretty bad. But besides that, the soundtrack of Cruelty Squad is really interesting. I think pretty cool. But to end things off, I believe that Cruelty Squad is one of the most interesting and fascinating games to be made within the past half a decade. It's so bizarre, weird, and interesting, but it all just works so well together, and I can't explain why. It's so interesting, and I'm glad to see that many people agree. It's really cool to see how everyone can just get together and agree that this really bizarre, weird, gross game is fantastic, almost unanimously. But yeah, that's Cruelty Squad. Uh, yeah.